the last mass? I didn't see you there.
Listen, same
surprising. The sermons have been told me. If I
Women of virtue, gather round and listen. I have
Whoa!
Good doggy. Good boy. Whose house are you trying to get into? What are you doing there? Leave that lock.
Damnation!
What? Wouldn't it be better to knock, you scum?
Oh, bloody hell.
I'll be right there.
I was at the Mint Master's place.
Hold on. Everybody should be hearing this. Well, how did it go? Do you have the key?
Aye, I've got it. But it stinks a bit.
Quel puanteur! Put it away unless you want to see my breakfast.
And what about the Mint Master? Will he help us out?
Vivek has disappeared. I found the key in his house. But I also met Christina Pisek there.
He didn't succeed. How did that end up?
He's dead.
At least he won't rat on us.
The main thing was to get the key, and we did. What's worse is that we don't have anyone inside the court. Well, can't be helped. Let's get to the point. We must have everything ready before Catherine returns from Lorette's, especially the way through to the court.
I should say so. If I'm going to send my men, I have to know exactly where the way through is to be made.
That'll be your job, Henry. And Brabant's going with you.
Excuse-moi? Why should I?
Because you've been telling us you know the Kuttenberg underground like the back of your hand.
And I do, but not firsthand. Only from my maps and drawings. Nobody will let men of my standing enter those moldy shafts.
Where are the others, anyway? Kubienka, Ada, and Janos.
They heard there was work to be done, so they left à l'anglaise.
But you do the work of three, eh? At least with your mouth.
They're getting some wagons so we can move the silver. If Pisak wasn't lying, there's quite a hole there.
What exactly are we supposed to do in that cellar?
Get as far as you can, and mark the spot where Brabant's men will start digging.
I see. Why do I feel like that sounds a bit too easy?
Well, we have no idea what's really down there, so you better have a weapon handy.
Come now. Surely you do not mean...
Rutard's daughter will tell you more. She came up with this part of the plan.
If Brabant doesn't want to go into the tunnels, I'll go with someone else.
With Ruthar's daughter, eh? One night wasn't enough for you.
I meant with somebody like Sam. He knows his way around the town underground too.
Oui. That is a good idea.
Why not? Maybe the cold down there will cool his hot head.
What will you lot do in the meantime?
We'll be doing the planning. We've got to bring those captured Italians to the Devil's Den somehow. They'll just sit tight till we give them back their legate, and then we'll let them all go.
The main thing is keeping Godwin away from the booze. Or we'll have no way of talking to the gents from Rome.
I'm gonna go explore the underground passages that lead to the Italian court. Can you tell me more about them?
What exactly would you like to know?
Where exactly are the tunnels?
They run under most of Italian Street. Some are remnants of the original mine gallery, but other parts are much more recent. So far, only the section from Rutar Palace to the crypt under the church is accessible.
The church is quite a long way from the court. If the tunnel has collapsed anywhere, we're out of luck.
Right. But the tunnels were checked properly before they started building the church. If some part collapsed, we'd be the first to know.
Tell me more about this mine gallery.
It's been abandoned for years, but we could use it. According to the drawings, it's very close to the court cellars. Christian of Pisek confirmed it.
That's a very strange coincidence.
My father said King Wenceslas had long suspected he had enemies among his own ranks. Maybe he had an escape route built. He just didn't finish it in time.
Where exactly are the...
They run some so right.
What was the tunnel to the crypt used for?
It's a safe route for anyone who wants to disappear undetected. Just like the one we took to get here.
Has anyone ever used it?
No one that I know of. The servants used it to dispose of waste.
Waste? What kind?
It leads from the kitchen, so I'm sure you can imagine. Bones, scraps, slops.
Oh, wonderful. What is that supposed to be looking for down there? What are we searching for?
We need to find and mark the point where the crypt wall joins with the tunnel. When we break through the wall, only a thin partition will be between us and the cellars of the Italian court.
But how will I know I've found the right place?
You can tell if there's a cavity behind the wall by the sound it makes. The gallery is also damp, so the spot might be a different colour.
So, I'll be knocking on the walls in the dark and looking to see if any is a different shade?
Well, yes. Pretty much.
Thanks for the advice. Anything else I should know?
You'd better hold your nose and look before your feet when you enter.
All right then. I'll try. It appears we're supposed to go and mark the path for carrying out the silver.
I thought you were going with Brabant. He boasted that he knows those passageways.
I told him I'd rather go with you.
You made the right choice. Brabant would have talked your head off.
Well, are we ready to go and take a look underground?
Absolutely. Where is the entrance anyway?
In the kitchen.
That's a promising start.
Could you teach me something?
Why not? But I can't right now.
Let us go. Pah, that smell. How long have they been throwing shit down here? It's nearly up to my knees. Perish. Ah, and it's bloody slippery. Ugh. The nerve of Shiska and Dry Devil. I give them coin, and they send me to wade through shit. Stay close to me. The path might branch off somewhere. We would not want you to get lost.
Has that ever happened to you? Getting lost underground?
Some older boys dragged me into a mine once, and I got lost. I did not find my way out until the night. When Mame saw me, she nearly killed me. This poor soul must have been here a long time. Well, well, well. Somebody stashed some shunt down here. Hey, what is that? There is someone here. Do you hear that too?
Fingers, teeth,
Where did you come from?
What are you doing here?
sitting around, twiddling our thumbs.
Is it not obvious? They are stealing from your Christian brothers.
What are you looking for on those corpses? Valuables?
They don't have any.
These poor wretches was already robbed by our grandfather's grandfathers. We're happy with trifles.
What do you mean?
Well, fingers, teeth. If we get lucky, some smaller bones too. Lennox pays well for those.
I know Lennox. Do you work for him?
We bring in what we find, and he gives us something in return. I'm sure he's waiting for us now.
And he'll be waiting for a long time.
How come?
We hid behind the altar. Then we broke in here at night when the church was closed.
We were gonna wait a while before we got to work. Then we heard a loud noise.
Someone was a bit too keen and closed the lid of the crypt.
So, we're kinda trapped here.
You can pass through the Ruthar Palace. If you keep going down the corridor through the crypt, you'll come out right in the kitchen.
That's not a bad plan. I heard the place is empty.
Nearly empty. But if you do not tell anyone about us, we will keep quiet about your relic business. What do you say?
Deal.
And thanks.
Must be somewhere else.
Oi, that sounds different. We have it.
Nothing here. Have you ever been to Kuttenberg? Before all this, I mean.
A long time ago. With Martin.
Is that so?
Aye. He was here on business and brought me along as help. But I didn't see much. Martin met with a customer in the morning, and we drove back home in the evening.
Perhaps we passed on the street and did not even know it.
myself. Hurt like hell. Now, people just stare at my scar all the time. Wouldn't even know that.
Should I take that as a thank you?
Definitely. The very fact I didn't kill you the instant you...
Would you show me the swordsmanship technique Commander Nicholas taught you back in Kosovo?
Why not? I'd be happy to show it to you. But whether you understand it is up to you. Oh, at any rate, you need to be quick and thorough. Because for once, you aren't attacking the head directly, but rather the opponent's sword. When you knock it aside, you open up space for a deadly blow. Now come and try it a few times.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Why not? And I've seen you fight, and you could be a bit more direct, my friend. Just forget about what it looks like, you get me? I'll show you how to take out your opponent without slitting him open from his neck to his arse. What do you say? I can see you like longswords too, eh? So listen, the trick is about speed and surprise. After stabbing with the sword, you immediately turn it around, and while sliding, you strike the sword's pommel forward. If you do it fast enough, the opponent won't have time to move, and you'll hit him right between the eyes. And now, come and try it a few times.
How's your eye?
You could be bloody
Is it
damn
healing well?
good.
Those few
You
days
don't get
following your
killed
treatment,
first.
I thought I'd pluck it out of my head myself. Hell. But now,
I'd like...
Certainly.
people didn't stare at my scar all the time.
Today, fighting with a longsword is in fashion. Why not? It's a great weapon. But in the end, it's all just a matter of taking out that bastard who's against you, isn't it? No one asks how you did it, so I'll show you this ruse of mine.
But then you just screamed and fell into a faint. And a good thing too.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
All right, as long as you're not all thumbs, we'll get through this quick. There's nothing complicated about it. See, all you need to do is, during a deep thrust, to unexpectedly drop your right hand from the sword, and then you can get much further with your left. The opponent usually doesn't have enough time, and the tip of the sword ends up in his face like a giant stinger. Clean, fast work. And now, come and try it a few times. Good, eh? Let it...
I'd like to...
Are you mad?
I'd like to learn it...
Certainly. If you're a good lad. Or how to quickly send the bastard who's against you to the devil. But it can only be done with a sword. And what's more, you can't have a shield in your other hand. Of course. The main thing is to attack from above. To quickly catch the opponent's wrist and push the edge of your own sword over his blade, so it's under his neck. If you do it right, I reckon I don't have to tell you what comes next, do I? And now, come... Well, good, eh? Let it sit for a while and you'll get it in your blood.
Sam and I walked through the cellar as far as we could, and marked the spot where we should dig.
Well done. Brabant has found some men in the meantime. He may refuse to go down tunnels, but he does have his uses. Considering how much coin he promised them all, I reckon they'll do everything they can to make sure we get out alive. Oh, and while we're on the subject, take this. You've done a lot of good work. You deserve it.
What now then? Have you come up with a way to get to the legate and persuade him to take us to the Italian court?
I should say so. Hey, listen up. All of you, you're done for today, but get plenty of sleep. We'll chase you from your beds early in the morning.
Oh, is that really necessary?
It is. We'll be riding to Lorette's.
Cardinal Pozzo goes to bed with the chickens and gets up before the crack of dawn. After the morning prayer, he eats breakfast together with his retinue, and no one is allowed to disturb them. Most regular folks are asleep at that time, so everything should be nice and quiet when you pay him a visit.
If we don't persuade him to get us into the Italian court, we're fucked. So don't do anything stupid, right?
Is everyone going there?
Everyone except Capon, Brabant, Catherine, and Rosa.
What? Am I just supposed to sit on my ass with the women?
At least you'll get your beauty sleep. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
You said Pozzo has a band of soldiers with him. Wouldn't it be better if we all went?
Leave this place unguarded. That's too risky. Someone has to keep watch in case any uninvited guests come snooping around.
That stands to reason. We cannot leave ces belles dames alone.
Oh. All right then.
Should we be prepared for a fight?
That shouldn't be necessary. Godwin insisted he'll sort things out peacefully with the Cardinal. But I reckon we'll have to twist his arm a bit. And while Godwin's persuading His Eminence to put on a show with us at the Italian court, the Devil, Janosch, Kubienka, and Ada will take his retinue away to the Devil's Den.
Hagen and Urso will be waiting for us there to keep them under guard.
That's it? What use will we be there?
You have to make sure those 5 men armed to the teeth don't get any clever ideas.
We'll scare them a little, but just enough to make them shut up and listen to Godwin.
Exactly. No killing.
All right. Let's get to work.
Report to me tomorrow morning, is that clear?
I was hoping you'd be coming with us in the morning. That's a shame.
Don't get me started on that. It can't still be dangerous for me, can it? I mean, it's been some time since our escape from Malashov. And von Bergov is locked up in Sukhdol. Well, at least I'll get a good night's sleep.
I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat.
Oh? What's the matter? Are you scared?
No. But I don't want to leave Rosa and Catherine alone. With Brabant.
Well, well. Is our Henry a little jealous?
What are you on about?
Nothing. Just saying.
Can we go to Lorette's now?
I reckon it's too late now, eh? We have to leave before the crack of dawn tomorrow, while it's still dark, understand?
Buono il pollo, eminenza. Così così, eh? Il cibo da queste parti fa un po' cagare. Ma che diavolo? Come cazzo vi permettete? Eh?
Sit the fuck down.
Nos non nos non cuer vos nos vos non vulnerabo. Nobis est petitio. No. Proposal. Ragazio. Ita. Ragazio.
Trying to cut it short. Fuck! Don't interrupt! Latin is tough when you're sober.
Ha! Fucking hell! What? After that! They mustn't get away!
Para!
Aiuto!
Più veloce!
Fate qualcosa!
Figlio di puttana!
Hey up, lad. Keeping all right, are you?
Well, do your best, don't you? That's all you can do, really, isn't it?
Guess in these times, no.
Yeah.
Not sure about this, though, eh? Who's keeping these roads? No one looks after them, you know.
My words exactly. I mean, no one gives a damn until some noble rides along, and then he's surprised.
Per l'amor di Dio, mi lascia in pace. Io sono un uomo di chiesa, capite? Non ho fatto nulla. Misericordiosa Vergine Maria! Cosa vi devo chiedere?
Curva ton gębę!
Aiuto!
Right, let's see him.
Nie chciał zamknąć gęby, to dostał. Nic mu nie jest lekko otumaniony. No przecież lekko dostał z bańki, no leciutko.
You've killed him.
No przecież nic mu nie zrobiłem.
You fucking killed him, you great Polish ox! You are going straight to hell for that.
Kurwa, do diabła, tylko nie to.
That's right, hell! And all those horned demons there will be taking turns with you. You just wait. They're gonna be fighting over your Polish ass!
Przecież nie chciałem, no! Boże, czemu dałeś mi tak tępy łeb?
Strip them, or their clothes get even more soaked in blood. You can undress His Eminence here.
Me?
Why? Because you're the legate now.
Well, that didn't really work out. What are we going to do now?
You heard, didn't you? We'll get rid of the bodies, get Godwin dressed up, and hope his Legate Act fools the Church Council. It's too late to back out now.
Well, maybe it'll be better this way. I wasn't sure the legate wouldn't betray us anyway. I trust Godwin a lot more.
Sure, I trust him too, but not so much his language skills.
Let's get out of here.
Agreed. Our business here is concluded.
Are you going back to Ruthar Palace?
Aye. We have to wash the clothes, get Godwin into them, and hope we don't all end up on the gallows. We still have some time, so if there's something you need to do elsewhere, feel free. I have the feeling there won't be time for anything else once we get started.
I'll go with you.
Fine, but what I said stands. This is the last chance to tie up loose ends. Are you sure?
No reason to waste time.
Greetings, Henry.
Good day and good health to you.
Let's hope so.
Stop playing the fool and try to get it right at least once. Buonasera, signor.
Wilco, senior. Hey, we young.
So, have you got the sausages ready yet?
Here, you enjoy.
Thanks, Janos. What do you think of our band of outcasts?
Well, I cannot say I expected to end up in this kind of company. I am more used to royal courts or at least wealthy burghers. But a man must accept his destiny as it comes.
How do you get on with Sir Hans?
Oh, young Lord Chapon may be inexperienced and hot-headed at times, but he's one of the few here who knows how to play chess. And I have a great respect for chess players. Needless to say, he has not managed to beat me yet. Godwin and Jessica can also play. Ah, and that devil in the press clothing beat me. Merde.
You met Godwin?
The priest who is very skilled with a sword. Priests should not be such good swordsmen. That is what knights like me are for. In addition, he can play chess just as well as he wields a sword. And in drinking wine, he beats even the best Frenchmen. A man of talent. Or perhaps the devil is behind it.
Have you had the chance to meet my half-brother yet?
Samuel, it is strange that he joined your, our group. It is not usual for his people. But it's certainly a good reinforcement.
What do you think of Zhizka?
Le Chevalier Yann? Well, he's not doing badly for a minor nobleman, but I think he will never be accepted among the higher nobles and knights. That takes a lot more. Mark my words. I am a good judge of people.
I can't get Catherine out of my head. I don't understand her. I'm sure you have more experience of love than me. What do you make of her? Why is she with us?
Ah, you're right. I am a connoisseur of love like I am of wine. But for my taste, Mademoiselle Catherine is of somewhat aged vintage. Though, I have to admit she's full-bodied and fragrant.
That's not really what I meant. Why is a woman like her with us?
La question. I had the feeling something terrible happened to her in the past.
So do I. But what?
I have no idea. But she's fond of you, if you ask me. Try asking her, and maybe something will come of it. L'amour.
Oh, come on.
I am a good judge of people, trust me. L'amour.
What do you think of Sir Hick?
Le diable sec. A capable chevalier. But I do not trust him. There is treachery in his eyes.
You think so?
My instinct rarely lets me down.
How do you get on with Janosch and Adder?
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenberg, I also had a servant who pretended not to understand me and thought I did not understand him when he spoke German in my presence. But he was wrong. He is no longer my servant.
What do you think of Kubienka?
A good warrior. But he has no morals and no manners, like all mercenaries.
I don't think he cares much about that.
And that is just the problem. How can you trust a man who does not want to be a knight?
Sir Vakuli, you've had an exciting life. Tell me some stories.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Where does the name Brabant come from?
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because I am originally from Brabant province. And the name stuck. One day, I shall tell you about my place of birth, but I am sure you will long to hear about the conquest of Arezzo, yes? Or would you rather hear how I saved the King of France from certain death?
Arezzo sounds interesting.
So it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one of the cavalry units. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand set me to hold them back, so our main force could regroup. But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge and spade forward.
Wasn't that rather risky?
Un chevalier français fears nothing.
I reckon King Sigismund would think otherwise after Constantinople.
That was completely different. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reservists. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join me, scattering everything in their path. And that is how I won the famous victory at Arezzo. Seeing that the force that was supposed to protect them had been routed. The city then surrendered to us.
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, Audantes Fortuna Juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed. Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to your assistance and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear thee speaking, but you are still well behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it. Moments like that can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk nonsense.
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you about my second greatest feat. On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence put an idea in my mind.
You went to parley?
Mais non! You cannot reason with les Anglais. And observe, I mounted my horse and set out to find help. And La Dame Chance was exceedingly kind to me that day. As I rode away, by chance, I stepped out of our horses. Thinking we were trying to break through, les Anglais went to head them off. But while the English were occupied with my série, our units managed to flee. I saved many men from certain death that night, and many lords from the disgrace of capture. Needless to say, I was generously rewarded for my valor.
That is indeed incredible. But you were just trying to flee, weren't you?
I wanted to bring reinforcements, but as I say, I merely follow Providence, and she guides my steps from triumph to triumph, wherever I go. Stick close to me, Henri, and Providence will favor you too.
How did you save the King of France?
With Providence as my guide, mon ami, I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory, because, remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the king was in a bad mood and did not wish to be disturbed. Maybe I thought the news of our victory will dispel his ill humor.
How could you tell him if he didn't want to be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him with the joyful tidings. And lo and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor, overcome by one of his fits. Wasting not a moment, I dashed over to him and unblocked his throat, thus saving his life. In return, the king bestowed on me the title of a chanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service at court. Unfortunately, though, even the king's favor does not last forever, and minor mistakes can come to overshadow good deeds.
What happened at court that led to you being out of favor?
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the glorious duel between Le Gris and Carouge?
Tell me what happened at court that caused you to lose favor.
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was the first time that La Dame Chance abandoned me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures. And I bet even your failures make for great stories.
Oui, that is certainly true. Very well then. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt were the worst of all.
Luckery and Cargouche. Sounds like a pair of jesters.
En aucun cas. Jacques Le Gris and Jean de Carouge. These two great knights were in a legal dispute over an estate. But above all, when de Carouge was on a campaign, Le Gris fornicated with his wife. She claimed that he had raped her, while he said he had seduced him. And because everyone swore to their own truth on the Bible, the matter had to be settled by combat. First, they jousted. Then they fought on foot with sword and axe. Le Gris thought victory was in his grasp, but de Carouge suddenly pounced on him, wrestled him to the ground, and beat him so terribly that he knocked off his helmet and cuirass. Even so, Le Gris refused to admit his guilt, and de Carouge drove a dagger through his neck. And if you promise not to tell, I will let you into a secret about that dagger.
Tell me the secret. I promise I'll keep it to myself.
Bien. As I say, the Carouge killed Le Gris with a dagger. And I found that dagger in the mud after the duel. A blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. The dagger that ended the last trial by combat France ever witnessed. An item of great value. So, I had several copies made and sold them to rich French noblemen. That is how I first came into wealth. And I used the coin to buy the horse and armor I needed to set off in pursuit of glory in battle.
Ah, that was a good idea. I'd never have thought of that.
You still have a lot to learn, mon ami. But you're young, you have plenty of time. Just keep your mind and eyes open, like I did. It was one of the greatest things I ever saw, and I have seen a lot. Believe me, half of France came to watch, including the king himself, who then meant trial by combat in France forever. I later told the story to anyone who was interested. One of my listeners, a certain Froissart, wrote my icon down and became famous. I could have written it myself, of course, but I am happy to help others find success.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant province, home to the greatest entrepreneur of all. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for coin and the reputation of a financial expert. I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain, and also the End of Midas. That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa. All the ships he bought sank in a tempest. He had to sell off part of his estates to pay off his creditors. Of course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every wench from the Pyrenees to Brittany, bragging about it and thus bringing shame on his gentle wife. I told him as much, but some people never admit their mistakes and prefer to blame others.
A sea voyage from France to Africa? You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps, but think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness, no?
Big ideas often lead to big trouble. Storms, pirates, sea monsters, uncharted waters. It was a disaster waiting to happen, Larry. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. That would have been safer. But that is under Hanseatic control and there is too much competition. Africa, mon ami, that is the land of opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta, and they sell on to us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings, cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day I will be proven right.
What was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of a white stag. There had long been rumors about it, so imagine the prestige I would have gained by getting it. I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed the hounds to finish it off. When I arrived, it turned out that my hounds had not killed a stag, but the horse of a lady, a court favorite of the queen's. I fell out of her favor, and all the doors became closed to me.
Christ almighty! How could you have mistaken a horse for a stag?
I did not! It was the hounds! The stag must have got away, and in their frenzy they pounced on the poor horse.
That's nonsense.
Oh, why do you say so?
Hunting dogs are trained to go after game. They'd never attack a horse, especially hounds from the royal kennels. You must have made the mistake and set them on the horse.
Well, normally that would be true, of course, but the ounce I was given had some kind of sickness. No doubt they gave me those once on purpose. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone, would make lesser men roll with laughter. But the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were waiting for a chance to get rid of me. And that chance came along, unfortunately.
Tell me about Brabant province. Is it far from here?
Quite far. From Bohemia, you would go to Bunburg and then follow the river Main until it joins the Rhone. Then you sail down the Rhone until it reaches the sea. And there, between the river and La Flandre, you will find Brabant, with its wealthy cities. Anvers, Bruxelles, Louvain, and many others. But those three cities are the equal of Paris, Rome, or your Prague. Both the Dukes of Burgundy and the Imperial Princes would like to annex our land to theirs, because its flourishing trade has made it rich. But like everywhere else, you can only come into wealth by birth or by enterprise, which is how I did it.
How did you end up here?
Leaving the court with a modest sum, I launched to visit faraway lands. I traveled a lot, spending time in various countries, and having many great adventures. When I learned that l'Empereur Charles, that great friend of France, had built the magnificent city of Prague in Bohème, I had to see it.
So people in foreign countries speak highly of Prague?
Bien sûr. It was abroad that I heard of King Wenceslas' Silver City and its reputed vast wealth. I bought the abandoned Miskowitz estates and shares in the Kuttenberg mines. And for a time I settled here to provide for myself and wait for King Wenceslas, whom I wished to serve. But even here fate did not let me be. When Sigismund brought his army to the city, I appointed myself to lead its defense. For how better to make King Wenceslas aware of me than by saving his beloved city? Victory was assured, but the burghers had other ideas. The city was handed over to the enemy, and I with it, stripped of my possessions. I languished in captivity, until fate again stepped in by sending you to Malishov.
Sir Batlin, I'm surprised how well you speak our language. Where did you learn it?
Where do you think? Here, of course. Ce n'était même pas difficile. Perhaps I have already mentioned that I am guided by Providence. She endowed me with many talents, mastery of language among them. I can communicate almost everywhere in the world, and learn every new tongue in a trice. I now speak French, German, Italian, Latin, Hungarian, and Czech. Some English, though. That is only a necessary evil.
Thanks for sharing your stories with me, Sir Macklin.
How are you so calm?
You just need to maintain a healthy dose of anger.
Oh? I take it then that you don't agree with this whole...
That's an understatement. A whole lot of them are out of their minds. Even before Malishov, I was already telling them to give it up. No offense.
None taken.
And now von Bergel talked them into stealing the royal silver? I'd slap some sense into them.
Monsignore, mi spiace, but you've got it on back to front.
Oh, shit. How the hell can anyone know how it should be? Fuck. Now I'll have to take off all these layers again.
I'm yanking your pizzle, Godwin. I mean, Vostra Eminenza. You've got it right.
I'd like to punch you in the face, but the way you look is punishment enough.
So says the man in lace and satin.
But it suits me, though, don't you think?
Bellissimo. Magnifico.
We just have to hope Godwin can keep up the act long enough.
He'd better. If he or other fucks up, we're all as good as dead. If I was him, I'd pull an entire puppet show out of my arse at the banquet if it would save our necks. Or...
I think you made it clear.
How are the preparations coming along?
We're done with the preparations. It's time to get to the task. The plan is simple. We split into two groups. One will go underground and wait till the other group, who'll disguise themselves as Italians, gives the sign where to dig.
Once we've tunneled in, we'll take care of the entire church council and carry off the silver from the court to Ruthard Palace.
Here, we'll load it onto the wagons and get it out of the city as quietly as we can.
Who will pose as the legate's retinue?
Godwin will pose as the cardinal, naturally. Janos Uher will accompany him to the council as his right-hand man. You, Capon, Brabant, and Ada will play the rest of the retinue.
All right. I understand.
Brabant will teach you some Italian. Janos is pretty good at it, but Ada will have to keep his mouth shut.
What should we do during the council?
First, you get rid of the guards, and then you clear the path for us. Meanwhile, Godwin and Janos will try to buy you as much time as possible.
And you have to keep in mind that those two buffoons at the council could blow our cover at any time.
And at that point, things could get pretty hectic in there.
And once you get to us, we go and get Godwin. What exactly do you intend to do with the church council?
We'll just lock them up. Having them at our mercy might be useful if anything turns to shit.
As it always does.
There's bound to be quite a banquet there, so they'll be all right for a while. And once they get out, they'll have other things to worry about.
By then, we'll be over the hills and far away.
But how will we tunnel through to you from the court?
Oh, there's bound to be minting tools lying all over the place. You could do it with a finger up your arse.
You forgot about rescuing the lords.
We didn't. But they're not our main concern.
Excuse me?
The silver is our main goal at the court. If everything goes well, we'll free the lords.
But if we make a mess of it in there, the lords will have to fend for themselves.
All right. If you say so, I'll go and get ready.
Start with Brabant. Maybe you can manage Italian better than Ada.
Can you teach me something in Italian?
Mon Dieu, this is not something in Italian. I'm trying to convey to you the essence of the Italian tongue in a few sentences. Do you know what kind of a task this is? Herculean, mon ami. Herculean.
All right then. I'll try not to offend your linguistic sensibilities too much.
But you have to take it seriously. These blockheads are not listening to me at all.
To dlatego, że gadasz jak przygłup.
It sounds like baby. Mama, pee pee, poo poo.
Very well. We will start with a greeting, which you will need as soon as you arrive. Repeat after me. Buonasera, signori. Good evening, gentlemen.
Buonasera, signori. Buonasera, signori.
That will do. Eder?
Buona sera, signore.
Perfect! You meet some Italian. You make him bleed out of ears.
Next, you have to know how to say thank you. We will say that fairly often. Every time someone opens the door for us or offers us food or drink. Molte grazie. Thank you very much.
Molte grazie. Molte grazie.
That will do. Eder?
Morte grazie.
If I didn't know, I think you want to eat me.
Zamknij ryj, albo odgryzę ci rękę.
If you are somewhere where you should not be and you get cold, you will need an explanation. You got lost? For example, scusi, mi sono perso. Excuse me, I'm lost.
Scusi, mi sono perso.
Scusi, mi sono perso.
That was very good.
Curva. I tried to fuck with him and he prized me instead.
What did you say, Janosch?
Nothing.
Scusi, mi sono perso.
That was pretty close. Now let us try something more complicated. Fatta la legge, trovato l'ingano. Every law has a loophole.
Fatta la legge, trovato l'ingano.
Fatta la legge, trovato l'ingano.
Parfait.
Co to za brednie? Nie nauczę się tego gówna.
You know, that sounds like goat pissing on a drum.
Whatever you say, let us move on. O mangi la minestra, o salti dalla finestra. Either you eat a soup, or you jump out of the window.
O mangi la minestra, o salti dalla finestra.
O mangi la minestra, o salti dalla finestra. Ha!
Very nice.
To też jakieś duby smalone.
It is an expression. Loosely translated, it means play by the rules or do not play at all.
Ah, I like it more with the soup.
Jamże jest Polak. Nie chcę udawać kogoś innego, zwłaszcza nie Woloszyna.
And one more phrase. Sei proprio un baccara. You are a real salted cod.
Sei proprio un baccalà.
Sei proprio un baccalà.
Sam jesteś bakalarz, głąbie.
Excellent, Janosch. Almost perfect.
What does that actually mean?
It is another saying, a refined way of mocking someone. Well, I think we are finished. Any more? And you would get all mixed up. And if you are in a tight spot, leave it to me. D'accord?
What are we going to do now?
Mademoiselle Rosa will give you some clothes to change into. When you look the part, go and see Godwin.
Could you teach me something else in Italian?
Taken a liking to Italian, have you? Tell me, what would you like to know?
I'd like to flatter someone. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. You want to make an impression on the lady?
Maybe. But I want her to understand, even if she can't speak a word of Italian.
Of course, mon ami. The charm of Italian is that it sounds beautiful, even if you are talking about a dung pile.
If you say so. But I'd like to talk about something nicer than dung.
Try this, then. La tua bellezza mi abbalia. I am dazzled by your beauty.
La tua bellezza mia abbalia. That could work. Thanks.
De rien. «
Hey, listen to what Brabant taught me. La tua bellezza mia balia.
Nice. What does it mean?
It's supposed to mean you look good. More or less.
You mean in these clothes? Well, thank you.
Brabant said you had a change of clothes for me.
Everything is ready in that chest over there. I've tried to patch them up and wash the worst stains out, but you can still tell the fate of their previous owner.
That's fine. I don't intend to strut around the courtyard in them.
Too bad. You might impress the guards.
And maybe I'll get shot between the ribs.
True enough. In that case, you better avoid their attention. Or hope they're worse shots than me.
I'll do my best. And thanks. Let's hope it turns out well, and this isn't our final parting.
We'll see each other soon.
This is how you're preparing for the council, Your Eminence?
Aye. This whole business has got me shook up. I'm kitted out like a jester, and my arse is soaked in sweat. And on top of that, I have to pass myself off as an Italian. Such a stupid way to lose the legate. I'd like to wring that Polish idiot's neck.
Well, you'll mostly be speaking Latin at the meeting, right?
Aye. But as you heard, I'm not very good at it while sober. Let's hope they have enough wine at that meeting.
Janos Uher could help you. He's entertaining even when he's not talking.
Him? If I know him, he'll be gorging himself until we haul him off along with the silver. Or until someone kills him.
How's the Italian going?
A bit better now. Brabant taught me some. But I'll need booze to help me get through the rest.
Can we leave now?
Oh well. It's time.
Lead on, Your Eminence. Psst. Godwin, from now on, only speak Italian. Got it? Remember, you're a cardinal. Nice and dignified, no sudden moves, and be nice to people. I'm sure the local merchants wouldn't mind if such a rare visitor bought something from them.
Non capisco.
Just act convincingly. Buy yourself a figurine or something, I don't know. Let's go then. Buonasera, signori.
Buonasera, coloni.
Sei proprio un bacala.
Signore! Senti! Italiano! Cari!
Cosa offri?
Guarda yourself, signore. Reliquie, rare, true arte.
And Gutenberg delicacies.
Mangiare, capisci? Tutto l'ho preso. Nearly gratis.
Opere d'arte, dici?
Tutto. The best. A pozzo del famous master Teodorico. He created during his visita to Gutenberg.
Guaranteed genuine.
Rara croce di silver with Saint Jacob's osso.
Straight from the chapel of Corpus Christi in Prague.
And I also have a questa bella statuina di legno. It is as if it were viva.
Beautiful workmanship. It would impress even the Pope himself.
Mi ha interessato quell'abbozzo. E addirittura vero.
È la cosa più vera. Really, true, there is. Il Master Teodorico painted it at the Osteria del Imperatore Carlo and gave it to Il Padrone.
Veramente?
Tell him about the dice game. That should work.
And he gave it to me when we played Daddy e lui Lost.
Dici, maestro Teodorico? Non mi sembra proprio. Teodorico è morto tanto tempo fa. Il padrone dell'osteria deve essere veramente anziano.
Well, he is pretty old.
Non lo so. Non credo che un artista come Teodorico abbia dipinto qualcosa in un'osteria. Credo che qualcuno ti abbia preso in giro. O forse qualcuno che sta mentendo.
Non credo che mi abbia mentito.
This stinks. You better back out.
Cosa ha detto?
You're right. You can't trust la gente. Allora, forse should I offer you un'altra cosa?
Mi interessa la croce con le reliquie.
You have chosen molto bene. È un great lavoro by Master Wolf from Gutenberg, dall'inizio del regno King Wenceslas. The emperor himself dare lui the bone of San Giacomo from the Capella del Corpo de Dio.
A true holy relic.
They say it possiede il potere of the cure. Miraculous Maximus.
Qualcosa non mi va. Questa storia ha più buchi di un formaggio alpino. Dici che la croce è incastonata con l'ossicino di San Giacomo. Ma alla chiesa del corpo di Cristo non c'è mai stato niente del genere. Abbiamo informazioni molto precise sulla collezione di reliquie dell'imperatore Carlo.
Really?
Veramente. Qualcuno ti ha frodato, mio amico.
You better not let him poke into it too much.
Va bene allora. I don't want to discutere conti. Forse they had me on. Ma può darsi that you want ancora qualcos'altro?
Mi ha attirato l'attenzione alla statua di Santa Barbara.
I'm not sorpreso. È un pezzo unico creato from an unknown autore.
It's older than your grandma.
Forse it is older than Gutenberg. Ci lo sa?
La statua è bella, ma è solo di legno. Non credo che valga tanto. Ti potrei offrire la metà.
La meta? Per una cosa like this? Ma lo faccio, because it is you, signore.
50 groschen? You could have taken him for more.
Shut it!
Why do I even have anything to do with you?
Mi basta.
As you wish, signore. Can I aiutare con un'altra cosa?
Mangiare. Cosa hai di buono da mangiare?
Soltanto exquisite. A thing. Yummy. Mmm.
And everything's almost fresh.
Allora parla. Esagera.
You don't need dire due volte, signore. I have a vera salsiccia de Gutenberg, piena de carne, really good, yummy, mmm. Anche bacon from Gutenberg, tanto tempo maturata.
Hardly a tiny hint of green in it.
And if you would like a pane de Gutenberg, se ne ho.
There's no sawdust in it at all.
And finally, una potion di herbe che allevia hangover. It clears your testa y cama, the stomaco benche siciliano consumate se glasses of strong beer.
Tried and tested.
Cosa scegli, signore? At your service, signor.
Non voglio niente, amico. Mi aspettano alla corte italiana. Mi inviano per qualcosa di importante. E ho comprato da te un pezzo di arte rara che ornerà la mia collezione.
I have no dubbi, signore. Allora, take care, and in bocca al lupo.
God be with you, Cardinal.
The Pope wouldn't send the legate here without a reason. I heard the original to the Archbishop. What a great day this is.
Buonasera, signore.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. We don't need any.
What? Figlio un baccalà.
Cosa stai braterendo in polacco, caffone? Vuoi che ci
Signore, welcome to Gutenberg.
Domine Cardinale.
Vobis benedico.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ave.
Evete, vos etiam, illustres domini, sum Hieronymus nas, hodiernum conventum egregium constituo cutne antique civium concili uso.
Ave, Meaide Gianni Unger, bis Cardinal Legate Lorenzo Pozzo, excusing my language.
Bene, bene. Non necesse est ut te intendas.
Cardinales Lorenzo Pozzo.
Ex optatus vos video cutne antique, eminencia.
Tempus non perdamus.
Ad libitum. Domini insequem inime. Manete. Insolitum. Te... Alecunde te novi. Haven't we met somewhere?
Fit credes. Enrico talam benignam faciam habet. Non primum creditur eum novice. Roma nunquam egressus est. Certe, Henrice? Certe Romanus superbus est?
Sì. Fatta la legge, trovato l'inganno.
Vero.
I could have sworn that somewhere. Nihil refert. Introveniamus, Domini. Ex aula italica. Utinam vos sonitus non turba. Senatores ad hunc laborem hodiernum non perfetsorunt. Mox finient et tranquillitatem habebimus. Aula italica est moneta media finium bohem forum. Tantum eoloco grossum verum licet pudere. In fabricis cornos dexteri aule, bacula argentia feriuntur. Ex quo numi pudantur.
Et ubi feriuntur numi?
Iuxta scalas in aream est ipsa moneta. Brevi tempori iam didibitis.
A word.
Veni,
Can I interrupt?
expectamur. Yes, but keep it brief, would you? What are the lords complaining about this time?
What do you think? They are worried they will not be getting any sleep again.
They can rest easy. This is a church council, not some villager's boozer.
It had better be.
Listen, Chaba. It's nice you care so much about their comfort, but you're weeping over the wrong grave. I'll have some more wine sent to them. Maybe it'll dull their senses and they'll sleep like stones. Will that be enough?
We will see. Neither you nor the steward have to listen to their whining all the time.
De mora me excuso. Exe Chaba Molnar. Dicitur eum virum validissimum ex regno Hungaria esse. Hoc tempore hic. Unum munus facit. Set non moremus. Pergamus. Etse preghaus. Hic grossa pudantur. Si vultis. In ordine vos ad portabo et unum proprium pudere poteritis. Aliquiste convenire cupit, Domine Cardin. Etse imperator custodum aule Italice, Iosifus Cabrini. Verus Italicus.
Benvenuto fra di noi, Sua Eminenza, Cardinal Pozzo. Non vedevo l'ora di fare la conoscenza di un compaesano.
Buona giornata, amico mio.
Avete un accento strano, un po' duro, del nord. Siete davvero nato in Italia?
Sono di Venezia, del nord.
È veramente strano. Non parlate mica come un italiano, piuttosto come uno straniero.
Leave the cardinal be. We have to go. Excusame, Eminentia. Posso musne peregere? Excellent. Giuseppe.
Yes?
The cardinal and his aide are coming with me to the hall. See to it their retinue is made comfortable in the kitchen.
As you wish. I will take care of it.
Inseque me, queso. Eos Eminentia Cardinales Pozzo.
Mihi excusate morum, cum gaudio dotibe in abatia nostra sed lice hospitium sed circumstantia difficilis sicut.
Sua Eminentia, fraternitas Christi corporis ecclesiam sanctae Barbarae edificat ad moiarem Dei gloriam. Postnustat toto urbs.
Et veritatem non vult accepere, sed lice monastarii gratia mons cuna magnus est.
Sancta Barbara, patrona frassorum.
Eternitas tua imperamentum est in communi ad diem. Nobis non est opus aleo templo. Consentisne mihi cardinales.
Venite, sodales cari. Puto melius esse primo bibere.
Audivi vos habere in orbe viniam.
De gravibus amor ne incaramus in mundanas voluptatis. Recte arbitratus sum contentionum vestram nullum eventum habuisse.
Incode ita est. Pars contrario.
Ex aula italica. Utinam vos sonitus non turbaret. Signatores ad hunc laborem hodiernum non perfetsurunt. Mox finient et tranquillitatem habebimus. Aula italica est moneta media finium bohemicoro. Tantum eoloco grossum verum licet pudere. In fabricis cornos dexteri aulae, bacula argentia feriuntur. Ex quo numi cudantur.
Quo nos portas?
In arium insedibus. Te omnes manent. Avidi sunt ut te videant. Hec acta valde magnus. Yes, but keep it brief, would you? What are the lords complaining about this time?
What do you think? They are worried they will not be getting any sleep again.
They can rest easy. This is a church council, not some villager's boozer.
It had better be.
Listen, Chava. It's nice you care so much about their comfort, but you're weeping over the wrong grave. I'll have some more wine sent to them. Maybe it'll dull their senses and they'll sleep like stones. Will that be enough?
We will see. Neither you nor the steward have to listen to their whining all the time.
De mora me excuso. Exe Chava Molnar. Dicitur eum virum. Validissimum ex regno Hungariae esse. Hoc tempore hic. Unum munus facit. Set non moremus. Pergamus. Etse preghaus. Hic grossa cudantur. Si vultis. In ordine vos ad portabo et unum proprium cudere poteritis. Aliquiste convenire. Domine Cardinalis. Etse impora...
Non vedevo...
Salve, caro Giuseppe.
Oh, è una vera gioia sentire il vostro accento. È di Roma, se non sbaglio.
Non sbagli. Sono della città eterna, che isotta del sangue dei cristiani.
Sì, so che la chiamano così. Evidentemente la vostra origine ha determinato la vostra vocazione. Volevo chiedere ancora.
We do not have the time. They are waiting for us. Excusa me, Eminencia. Posso musne peregere?
Eamus.
Excellent. Giuseppe.
Yes?
The Cardinal and his aide are coming with me to the hall. See to it their retinue is made comfortable in the kitchen.
As you wish. I will take care of it.
Insegue me, queso. Eos eminentia cardinal.
Ne gravibus loquamur ne incaramus in mundanas voluptatis. Recte arbitratus sum contentionum vestram nullum eventum habuisse.
Incode ita est. Pars contrario non vult ex proposito sua exire, quod inter nos discordium seminavit.
Monasterium non vult mente comprehendere, credentes novum templum habere vele. Donationes in proximis annis clare ostendunt urbem sodelitati. Pnevitiae et sanctae Barbarae suffragari.
Sed nova tempora sunt. Rex sigus mundus declaravit se statum sed lici et malini sostenere.
Dic nobis cardinalis, quae est opinio pape Bonifaci hoius casus?
Papa resolutus non est. Idio hic sum ut ambas discordiae partes auditorum sin.
Bene, discuramus de toto casu.
Temporis satis habemus, factot rogatos quod vis.
Colec vere cum ambabus discordiae partibus et cogitate opinionibus tuis. Tempus habes, ute omnibus rebus bene cogitatus sis. Cum resolutos eris, fac certiorem adjuvetorem tuum, et fac sermonem finalem in quo decretum tuum nunciabis.
Intelligo facile non erit. Opus est omnia bene. Loqui, colloqui discurrere.
Bene te habes, cardinalis?
Ego, potio egio fauces sica est.
Hey, signor Cardinale?
Cosa vuoi?
We must help Hen.
The best way to help them is not to give ourselves away.
I said,
I'll have to help it.
I get it. We lucky we got a lot of booze here. But do not go crazy.
I won't, Ma.
And I see that fella who bring us here, he watch you close. You got to make like real legit.
Christ, you're making me even more nervous than I was before.
Easy, Kamashko. Just make like you know what you're doing, like you understand these dumb church fuckers, blah 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 blah. And I have one more good idea.
Allora, dimmi.
How you talk about wine supply, Janos think, hey, I ask for more. I send guards to town, they gone. Our people not have to fight with them.
Been on your side too, if you lot hadn't rebelled against him.
That's nonsense. You give the abbot a finger and he'll take your whole arm. Both arms and a leg while he's at it.
Well, I see things differently.
Cardinales, loquere possumus.
Come here.
Salve.
De utilia simus. Rogare quod vis.
Doesn't want to talk to us.
Now I could say 2 masses, one after the other. Domini, quid vultus?
Dominus cardinalis. Bone venistis.
I hope he'll understand you. You can't speak proper Latin even when drunk.
That's right.
You don't even know your dico dicere, so shush. Rogare quid vele, nos hic ille aduavare.
Sire velum de hoc concilio. Ut hoc tibi videtur.
Magnum honor est, ut tu quid nos putare.
Tell him what we want.
Just keep it short and clear.
Non edificare templum sancta Barbara pro urbs malum magnum est. Eius sanctitas intelligere, quod metallici, incolas urbs et vulgus mons cutna vele proprium sacrarium.
Tell him the abbot's a moron.
Come on now, Wenzel.
Abatis Johannes durus et non sedere, nec non archiepiscopus Praga Zbigniew Zaitz non procedere.
There's an even bigger moron, old alphabet.
Itaque nos sperare in justitia sancta sedes.
Sire velum quomodo totam rem resolvere vultus.
Id clarus est. Novum templum cum sodalitatis, et eius conditoris non potesses sed leciniti.
Intelligo.
What was he saying?
He wanted to know how we would handle it, so I told him.
Well done, Polner. Great.
Let's hope he takes it to heart.
Viditur conventus auctoritatem propter numerum custodum cognoscere. Expectatis ne hic alique mala eventa futura esse.
Tantum custodes honor, non debere timere.
Nolite vos turbare. Sed mihi viditur hic aliquid accidere posse. Fortasse eorum maior numerus est?
I understood him. He wants more guards.
A bit of a chicken, is he? On the other hand, I've seen one church fight before, and it wasn't pretty.
Non est problema. Rogare nas, eminentia. Ile homines mittere potere. Postea certe securi sentimus.
Mons cutna magno pere puchera urbs est. Vere gemma.
Verbum tuum nos gaudio implet.
What does he say about Kuttenberg?
He likes it.
Well, that's good, eh? Ask him if he bought anything here.
They've already drunk half the vineyard on the town's bill, so he could spend some groschen to make up for it.
Hic esse multi venditores excellentes. Tuiam emere hic aliquid?
Nihil notandi animadverti.
Incommodum. Tu aliquid invenire.
I'll gladly sell him something. Maybe some wine. At least we'd make up for what they drank in Lorette.
Aye. Make him pay through the nose.
Valete, Domini.
Nobis honor fuit, eminentia.
We should have sorted this out ourselves, instead of inviting this Italian.
And how would you resolve it? We can't even agree on minor matters.
Domine Hieronymi.
Quid vis, cardinalis?
De his custodibus.
Ita?
Non possunt plus esse. In conciliis ecclesiasticis honoris custodis. Fortiores sunt. Nunquam sis quid accidere possit.
It corare possum. It corabo. Franta! Go and get 2 more men in here! His Eminence doesn't feel safe in here!
Hoc vinum bonum est.
Gaudio id audire.
Putasmi unum vel duo vasa sumeri potestis. Papa vinum amat. Quis non amat.
Certe. Legatum in celem vinarium mito. Vinum accipiet eo sanctitas optimum. Milda! Find Joseph and tell him to send someone to get more wine. Take a barrow and bring me 3 kegs.
Ave.
Dominus te.
E allora?
Janos has one more idea.
Qualcos'altro?
You can say, hey, good food. Then send for cook.
Why would I do that?
Our boys in kitchen, hey? cook gone, they can sneak out, right?
That makes sense, all right?
But first taste some food, so you do not look like fucking Humai.
Cibus speciem puram habet, et magnanimis sapet, dexterum viri qui hanc dapum paradit velum agitare.
Bene. Eum ad volabimus. Tonda! Go and bring the cook in here.
Domini Abbat.
Vespera, Eminence.
Laudetur Dominus Jesus Christus.
Admiratus sum pulchritudine et
Sape audimus.
Infeliciter
Ite sub semine.
crimina et event.
Passert. Cire velum.
Bene.
Prostus simplex.
Rogamus ut monasterio et pari.
Prexipuum ios bap.
Sudarit.
Trad.
Intelligo.
Magnific.
Dominus vobiscum.
Et tecum emine.
Fratres in Christ. Audiri velum.
Adlibit magis auctoritatem monasteri.
Etac.
Sed le...
Intelli.
Gaudeb.
Valete.
Domino.
Postmult.
Salve.
Ma Cardinalis Pozzo. Me ministine me?
Sane. Facies mihi familiaris est.
Sigismundus Albicus, ex Fidisova.
Ah, certe. Domini albice.
Patavi nos insidimus.
His Eminence has praised...
Meministineque conditio fundamentalis sit iurus canonici.
Certe vest conditio fundamentalis iuris canonici est. Quod ius divinum violare non possit. Anno proximo peritiam rerum magistralium probabo. Excellenter paratusum, sed credet aliquod... Secutus, mons cutna pars melini fuit, fuiset melios si sadat conditoris numos suos utilius adhibere...
Quid facies tu in loco?
Radiam ad paretiam malinense.
Nunc me...
Secund... God be with you, and have a pleasant evening.
Alienigena.
Tua Eminencia,
Quis et...
nomen mehi Musa, ex distanti malia venio.
De diruptione magna in Sigismundi castris.
Ad ores tuas paratas omnia adveniunt. Ita est. Pulvis nutratus male servatus juxta ignis. Et neme putavit et periculosum fore. Soltem et nobis castrorum impara. Sed gaudia vulneretes non fuesse. Tantum unus mise qui juxta castre custodabet ex eo sepit balbutiere. Et ali viginti et ipsum singulare seperent cum audisent me hunc modum regvete et vino cirare.
Non admiror. Non includuntur omnes libationes extra.
Non intellego cupiditatem vestrem pulsionem fermentata.
Audivi suspicatum esse te aliquem in Sigismundi claustris occidisse.
Quid? Ego? Commodo, nemo. Commodo. Commodo temperisti. Cum, quis tibi dixit?
Audivi id.
Certesio. Seracvo.
Netio. Fortassi id audivi cum lortse essem. Inter homines nihil occultatur.
Quis tesseret abuit. Locutus est. Nescio cur in mentem non ventum sit. Gratias ago quod mihi dixeris. In posteritatem prudentio ero.
Abire debe.
Intellego.
Puto te clarum
Bow, you cret. Your Holiness.
Bene laboravisti. Immensa papale tale ingenium omnes.
It's a compliment. He says the Pope himself would appreciate your cooking.
Many thanks, sir. May I ask what the gentleman liked best?
Gratias tibi agit eminentia. Et siri velet qui sibi tibi maxime plac... Cardinalis?
Puto omnia magnifica esse. Ob ovo usque ad mala.
From the egg to the apple. It's a saying. It means he liked it all.
Even the roast?
When he says everything, he means everything.
Potesti mihi dicere quo modo suave cibus
He wants to know the recipe.
I salted the meat plenty, on all sides, and then marinated it in wine with herbs, dill, cumin, coriander, parsley, and onion for 1 whole day. And then I roasted it over the fire, catching the juices and spreading them over the meat again until it got golden. I made the sauce from the leftover marinade, boiled it in a kettle, and thickened it with flour. But be careful, sparingly with the flour.
Wait, stop! I can't translate all this. Tibi omnia scribent.
Magnificum. Cum revertor, mox eadabo cocfine papali. Sanctus pater cum delectatione edit et meliorem sententiam habebit de bohemit.
Tantos.
What did he...
Make a
Sir?
Gaudeum.
He's pleased.
Thank you,
De novo grazie.
Intellexe. Vir cocvine peritus sine pre... Vinum exquisitum nobiscum potare potest. Et apud nos mora...
Oh. All right. Go and pour yourself a cup. You did well. But no mucking around. Finish your drink and get back to the kitchen.
I'll drink to your health, my lord. Finally, some appreciation, Bender. Finally. Now, wash it down.
Shall we get going?
Get started once you are ready.
You the one.
Yeah.
Worthies, be quiet all, please. You all been waiting for this moment. Now will be decision. Let us hear words of legate sent by Him Holiness Pope Bonifacia, Him Eminence Cardinal Lorenzo Pozzo.
Domine Abbas. Patres hodie conveni cuius commendat cum ambabus ad solutionem amabilem inclino. Cur in infinitus dissensionibus et facilimus erit si cons...
Facile dictu et timeo ne different quo modo.
Inter vos intelligerit aspicit
Benedit puto nos iam diu babut.
Audite nunc cons donation dimidium
Mane ego quoc
Et interest.
volo vos
Mihi et fortasse id.
pulchrum
Si vos cur velut si duo lupi sanguinari unam ovum nolite fur...
Od hoc nessim
Dicam. Dominus Cardinalis...
Una?
Una.
Glory.
I didn't expect...
Hopefully it will benefit all the people of Kuttenberg.
All hail! It was worth it.
Does that qualify as a win?
Definitely. We'll keep what we have.
I just hope there's no cat.
Animus sanus vicit.
We'll see about that.
Agreed.
Vivat the Cardinales Pozzo!
Hail
Et
to everyone!
prudens
Hurrah!
Papa Bonifatius.
That's settled then. The rest is up to you, Henry.